Hi guys, Cedric123 in Beaumont here to answer Blunty3000's question about religion. Actually, I'll be doing most of the answering. Beaumont here didn't do much of the research here. Oh, don't get me wrong, he has his own beliefs and everything, but we are not even going there today. Now the question Blunty asked is whether or not God screwed up or made a mistake by being a vengeful God in the Old Testament and a much nicer God in the New Testament. And the answer, of course, to that question is no. God did not screw up at all. Actually, God has remained the same throughout the entire Bible. You see, what gives the illusion that God has changed is a time frame, per se. You see, the Old Testament covers a lot of history. Thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, millions of years if theistic evolution is to be involved. So, there's a lot of time to cover in the Old Testament. And of course, natural disasters get the best coverage. So, that's what happens. You hear a lot about natural disasters and plagues, famine, smiting, all of that stuff, which happened. In and among the love and forgiveness, there is smiting. There's a lot of that, yes. But that's over many, many thousands of years. Now, the New Testament, on the other hand, covers about 70 years, in which case there's not a lot of time for smiting, you see. But even then, there is smiting. In Acts, we read about a man, Ananias, I believe, and his wife, Sapphira, who lied to the temple and were struck dead on the spot. Smote, right there. Also in 1 Corinthians, Paul warns about taking the sacrament if you're not pure of heart. He talks about those who are not pure of heart taking the sacrament and falling ill and even dying because of it. Now, whether that's an actual act of God or merely an act of the poor hygiene of the times, that may be up for debate, all right. But there is at least one definite act of smiting in the Bible, and that is Ananias and his wife, Sapphira. They were struck dead on the spot. And then finally there's Revelations, arguably one of the most violent chapters in the entire Bible. It talks about all the smiting there is and smoting there is to come. So the New Testament is quite full of smiting and God punishing those who would disobey. So actually, if Paul is to be believed, the New Testament could be far more violent and smote-filled than the Old Testament, statistically speaking, of course. But either way, the answer remains no. God never changed. Both the Old Testament and the New Testament show God as smiting people and enforcing his rules. Now, whether or not you admire him for that, love him for his stalwartness, or you think he's a tyrant and hate him, that is beyond the scope of this particular video. The answer to your question, Blunty, once again is no. You see, God never changed. He remained the same. All right, thank you for listening. Bye.